episode of Just Us Dads. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for joining another Dadversation. If this is your first time here, do us a favor, go over to YouTube, subscribe to our channel, follow us on all the social media platforms and all the audio platforms. We will greatly appreciate it. And yeah, we've been saying this for a while. We're trying to make this a lot more interactive. So send us your comments, send us questions. We'll be more than glad to answer them or to talk about the topics that you guys want. We have a lot in mind, and there's a lot of stuff in store coming up. So as always, George is here, Chris is here. What's going on, guys? George is happy because he got a gift for himself. Speaking of gifts, let me tell you what happened, and this should be a message to like all the moms out there that are maybe listening to the show. You know, we're so not complicated, and I realized this the other day because I got myself something quite expensive. But at the end of the day, no. But what I'm trying to say is that we don't need.
Doesn't sound complicated at all.
No. It's not complicated. It's just very expensive. But the thing is this: we're not very demanding, man. And if women knew this, all they have to do is get one expensive gift that is going to keep us happy for what 6-7 years. You know what I mean? So, guys, I got something that's $700. So it's like if you
it's not bad, man.
Not bad.
700. 700.
I'll tell you what it is. First of all, it's very practical and it's very useful, and we needed it. But secondly, I don't need anything else for like.
For $700, I better be saving your money.
Yeah, I guess it will. But it's saving me time more importantly than anything. But yeah, like considering the fact, and I got this. We got this today. We're Friday. I got it yesterday. I think yesterday. I'm thinking of.
Well, you had to think of the day-to-day to go back one day back.
I'm lost on the days.
I thought, when you said, okay, it's Friday today, I thought you were going to go back a week. Friday, 8 days, 10 days. What the fuck, man?
I got it yesterday, but I had to. Yeah.
What day are we today?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I got it yesterday.
I wasn't sure if it was yesterday or before yesterday. Yeah. So anyway, all I'm trying to say is that this is an amazing investment because if you take the $700 that I just spent and consider
amazing investment. I'm referencing all these words. Amazing.
Yeah. Me too. I want to challenge you on that because investment means money back.
And he said eventually he's going to save money. So let's see.
If you don't get money back, it's called expense.
Okay, it is an expense. But here's the thing. Just as a lesson to the moms listening, I don't need anything for the next at least 6-7 years. So think about it. It comes out to like $10 a year for the women. Like it's not a bad thing, man. Just make your husband happy. Get him a fucking
$10 a year.
Closer to $100 a year. But
wait. We gotta correct
$100 a year. Sorry, yeah. $100 a year.
You can't remember Thursday from Friday. 700 by 7 is $10 a year.
$100 a year.
George, let's restart this, bro.
No, it's fine. $100 a year. Yeah, around $10 a month, let's say, whatever. Yeah, $10. So, anyways, here's what happens. Last weekend it snows, right? So Monday, whatever, Tuesday, we wake up. There's a shitload of fucking snow on in the driveway, and I have a snowblower. But it's a fucking electric little thing there. It's like 18 inches wide. Like the thing propels the snow according to how fast I push it. Like the force that I push, it will determine the
projection. Yeah.
Projection. So, in the beginning it was fine. I'm like, oh, all right, we have a snowblower. It's fine. But the last couple of years it's been fucking annoying because it takes me over an hour to clear the snow from the driveway. So my wife, she comes in. She's like, okay, I shoveled the driveway. I just pushed all the snow in the front. Just take the snow.
Wait, stop again. Your wife does the shoveling, man.
No, because I was on a call. I was on a conference call. So she came home. She's like, oh, there's nothing to do. Let me clear the driveway.
I'm teasing you, man.
So here's the thing. First of all, the one thing I don't understand. You have those big wide shovels that you don't lift with. It's the ones that you push, right? That you kind of drag the snow. Logically, if I were if I were to clear the snow with, manually with a shovel, I would go from side to side. So, it's a shorter distance. So you reach the end and you just toss the snow on the side. My wife did the opposite. She went from garage door to the road, which is much, longer. So by the time you reach, I don't know, halfway down the driveway, obviously there's a lot more snow that you're accumulating. It's heavy. You can't really push it. You can't really lift it at that point. So she goes, okay. So I push a lot of the snow. Just get the snow blower and it'll be done. I'm like, okay, whatever. I go outside, guys. It's a fucking mountain. Like she's pushed it. So maybe I don't know. Maybe it was 5 centimeters. I don't remember how much snow it was. But if you consider the length of the whole driveway all the way to the end, and it was the first snow. It was heavy. It was fucking wet. It was just like it was disgusting. It was just there.
Pile of shit.
So I'm like, okay, I grabbed the snow blower and the fucking thing wasn't working. It wasn't throwing. It wasn't. I'm like, fuck this shit. So we ended up doing it all manually. I looked at her and I'm like, I'm getting a snow blower. She goes, oh yeah, but they're expensive. And I'm like, I don't care. Like I've been saying it for fucking 3 years. You know what I mean? Who cares? It's good. It's one investment. You're gonna keep it like for how long? You know? So we went and I got a snow blower, $700. And since then, all the snow has melted. And given my luck, it's probably gonna snow again, like in fucking February or something. I won't get to use it until then. But yeah, I'm excited. I got a snow blower, and so if you guys need an electric snow blower, let me know. I'll give you one.
All right,
you can have it.
The first one was electric.
Yeah, man. Like I had to plug it in with an extension cord all the way to the like.
George, I was hoping for a funner gift, man.
No, that's honestly, you can't.
If you're gonna spoil yourself, you gotta spoil yourself. I was thinking like I don't know. I don't know.
But I was in a car. You show up with a car.
Well,
right?
I don't know. The way you said it, you know, I bought something very expensive. Me, I'm thinking like the guy went and dropped 10 G's on something.
Yeah, no, it was a snowblower. But imagine, like, it's just because year after year, you're like, oh, can I just have a normal snowblower? You're looking at all the neighbors, and like in 5 minutes, they're fucking done. And you're like, zzz, 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 with your electric bucket.
The plug is the part that kills me, man.
Hey, the what?
The plug. You got to look for a plug.
Yeah.
Well, I have a plug outside in front of the garage. So that's not a problem.
I almost bought one too. But then you know what we did? I told my dad I want to buy a snowblower, so I go to him look because he knows all the specials.
For what?
Well, for the back, we have parking in the back.
Oh,
the lane. Yeah.
Oh, what? You're gonna do the whole? You're gonna do the whole lane?
Yeah. So I'm like, let's maybe we should buy one. You know. So
bro, you can't do you can't have a normal one, man. If you're gonna do the whole lane, you gotta get
no. Look what happened. So I told my dad, I'm like, be on the lookout, you know, maybe a used one or see Canadian Tire because he's always on the lookout for specials, good deals. My dad's a sucker for good deals. He wants the good deals.
He's the pro.
He's the pro. Like people call him from Jersey like, for his opinion, you know. So I go to. We need to find something, you know. Find me something cheap, not too expensive. Me too. I was like $700, $1,000, something in there. So
wait, I just want to understand. In your head, you're thinking like a manual, like the one like you're pushing.
Whatever, some kind of snowblower, whatever, electric, gas, whatever would. I don't know. I told him, look, figure this is what I want. We need something like this.
Yeah.
Find me the best deal, whatever it is. Like I trust him. He's the kind of guy who'll be like, I found a deal here. Give me the $1,000 and I'll get it for you.
Yeah,
That's what that. So 2 weeks. I'm like, I'm getting worried. So then he goes, I figure it out, don't worry. I'm like, you got the blower? He's like, no. He went and found 6 people in the lane, so we all split the bill to get a guy to come and do it. so we have a guy to come. So he went to 6 of the neighbors, so it comes out like $50 each. So we're good.
That's not bad.
So but the moral of the story is
the best solution.
My dad found the best solution. I told him, get me a blower. He didn't want to spend the $1,000. He wanted to save me the $1,000, so he got me a deal. So instead of a blower, I don't do the work. He saved me the work. I only paid $50 and somebody else is going to do it.
Yeah. So basically, you just hire a private company. The guy's going to come with his
that's it.
All the way up until your house.
You're not prepared enough, George.
Yeah. Well, look, we have company.
You need a tempo.
No, man, I don't like tempos. Plus, my driveway.
I put one. I'm done. I'm done with that.
I don't have that. I put my car in the garage. I haven't scraped a car in years. Well, we moved here.
That's a good option.
Yeah.
We have 2 cars and we don't have a garage, so
yeah,
it was a good move for us. And
of course, I think
for the bottom of the driveway, because the city accumulates it there.
Yeah.
I pay a guy too.
Just for the front.
Yeah, but did you get 6 neighbors to pitch in?
Yeah. No, because each neighbor pays for their own driveway.
Yeah. Suburbs, nobody chips in for nothing.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. No, I think if I didn't have a garage, definitely I'd have a tempo too. The problem, though, even if I wanted to, my driveway isn't straight. Like I would have to find like some way to like a custom-made tempo or like.
No, you install it on the downhill.
What do you mean? Yeah, but then you have a section that is open because my
Where?
driveway is there's an angle. It's not straight. You understand what I'm saying?
Well,
Okay.
call my dad. Call my dad.
Yeah, he has a solution. My dad knows what to do.
No, I could figure that out for you. Don't worry. We'll talk off air for that.
In any case, I'm not getting a tempo. My wife doesn't like them. But yeah, no, we have the garage, but it's annoying. I mean, it's a fucking long driveway. I just can't wait. Imagine with my luck, guys. Honestly, this is gonna be the year where it's gonna snow the least. Trust me. I feel it. It's like I set up the machine. It's all ready.
Think of it this way. Think of it this way. If it's the year that it snows the least, you'll have your snowblower for 8 years.
Like it's ready. Like I backed it up. I backed it up into the garage. That way I can be ready just to move forward. You know?
You're ready to blow.
Oh man,
George, did you get yourself a gift?
I got myself a gift. It wasn't as expensive, and I think it gives back just as much. I got an inversion table to stretch upside down.
what?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I know what that is. Yeah.
So what? You strap yourself and it flips you over.
Yeah, you put
Yeah.
you strap your ankles and you hang upside down.
He pretends he's Batman for a little bit.
Oh, it's so amazing.
Well,
It's so
yeah,
amazing.
but what does it do? What are the benefits of that? Like it stretches you, or you just
You stretch. You're doing traction on your spine, in
Yeah.
between your hips and your lower back, your knees. All your joints feel. You
Yeah.
elongated, and I feel so good.
The science, because you're usually on your feet, so you're always compressed.
yeah.
So this switches it and your intention. Yeah. Oh,
You're always maintaining space between your joints, and you feel less pain, less.
But that you got. Well, it's not the same thing because I remember when I hurt my back and I was doing physio, they had put me on this table. They had strapped me, and the table opens and it closes.
Yeah.
So that's what they want to do. They want to.
That cost $5,000.
Well,
I bought cost $150, and it works amazing.
But the problem with that is that because it stretches your spine so that it can release the nerves and then it comes back in, right? The issue with that, what fucked me is that it stretched me, but then when it came back in, it pinched the nerve even worse. It fucked me. And the physio told me, she goes, look, it could be good or it could be bad. I mean, we've seen both. We can stretch you and free the nerve and you can feel much more relaxed, or the inverse can happen when we bring back the table, it could actually make it worse than it was. And that's what it was.
No, this is gravity. So you just get back to your feet slowly. You take your time. But it feels amazing, and I can picture a lot of people enjoying it when they come over.
Where did you? Yeah. Guys, I got an inversion table. Come over. Where'd you install it? In the basement?
Yeah.
The question
you guys are making me want to buy a gift for myself too now, man.
You have to. You have to.
You should.
Like when was the last? When was
buy something just as boring, Chris. Just as boring. Yeah, just as boring. You should. You know what you should buy yourself? Buy yourself like a hard drive, an external hard drive for your computer. Look how fucking boring we are.
Look at the gifts. Look at the gifts that excite us. Yeah, I got a snow blower.
You know what I've been thinking lately? Like a keyboard. Maybe a keyboard.
I can
give it to you. My daughters don't play it.
No, I don't mean the keyboard that plays Jingle Bells by itself.
I want to get a keyboard for my son.
I mean a keyboard, man.
He's been playing piano a lot. I want to get him a keyboard for him.
Not the one that you press one button and the whole song plays. Yeah?
The demo button. Yeah, man.
I don't know. I'll let you know what I'll do.
So you know what? We have to figure out what Chris should buy himself, because you have enough guitars.
Yeah.
Maybe another guitar. Maybe you know what? No. Maybe for a little tribute to Van Halen. Maybe a Wolfgang.
That's fair.
Or a keyboard. I don't know.
But when was the last time you bought yourself something?
I told you I'm frugal, man. I don't spend money on me.
Yeah.
You know, I spend money on me differently. I don't really spend money on me.
You know what's happening this year? I don't know about your houses, but because of this whole COVID thing and everything, my wife has been going crazy shopping online. I think all the Christmas shopping is done. It's all done.
The inversion table on Amazon.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's like because it's my PayPal account, right? So I think like in one day I can get maybe 5-6 notifications, like emails. Purchase has been approved. I'm like, what the hell is she buying again? You know, Amazon this, right? Like, I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, I'm doing all the Christmas things. She goes, it's Black Friday. So I'm getting everything now. I'm like, okay. it's weird because we've never done it. We're the type of people that would buy our Christmas gifts on the 23rd of December, maybe on the 24th,
I've done that.
maybe on the 24th. You know,
We've done that.
but I can't do that anymore. I just don't have patience. I don't have patience. Have you guys?
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna mail the gifts now?
I don't know. I guess we're just gonna go drop him off. I don't know.
What did you get me? What did you get me?
Nothing.
Oh, sad.
I know.
You got your
Sad.
external hard drive.
What do you want? I'll get you a hard drive. Yeah, no, everything is done. But then again, we don't know what the hell we're gonna do this.
Give me a box of copy paper.
That's good, man. The paper.
Like I said, boring gifts. We love them.
I ran out of
Snowblower.
I ran out of 8.5 by 11, and I had an 8.5 by 14. I don't know why. Like, who the fuck buys 8.5 by 14?
I have 2 huge boxes like this that Andre got me.
I remember.
That was when we had the white theme.
exchange.
Let's not talk about that one.
Yeah.
We did it at George's house.
Yeah. But no, what did I want to say? Yeah, because Christmas this year, man, it's gonna be weird, man. Yeah, like we were talking about it before we went on air. The restrictions we have for Christmas here in Quebec. We have 4 days that we can take advantage of between the 24th or the 27th of December, and that's it. We can't get together New Year's. The only get-togethers that we're allowed to have is that window. And you have to self-isolate a week before and self-isolate a week after. It's just fucking strange, man. I don't know. I mean, and you can't be more than 10 people too at the same time. So I don't know. I don't know. I think a lot of people are going to be breaking rules for Christmas, but it's just strange. I don't know. It's strange mostly because by this time around, you pretty much already have your plans out, no, for Christmas. Like, okay, we would know, for example, we used to do a gift exchange. Okay, we know it's on that date. Okay, and then on Christmas Eve we're at my parents', Christmas Day we're at my in-laws, whatever. Like you pretty much have your schedule figured out for the holidays. This time, I don't think anybody cares. Seriously, do you guys care? Are you at all in that phase? Are you doing anything or?
Well, look, we put a couple of decorations. We have 1 tree up. The other one is kind of halfway.
Why, you're putting 2 trees?
Yeah, 2 trees, always. A big one and a little one.
Okay.
The little one is for the kids and the bigger one is for the family, let's say.
Mm.
But I don't know. I'm not there yet. It's November.
But no, what I'm trying to say is that usually you are there. Usually by this time around.
It's pretty clear, yeah. Like you said.
It's pretty clear, though, but it's pretty much the same every year, though.
Not this year.
Yeah.
This year's going to be different. Yeah, that's true. It's going to be different.
No, but you guys, you're okay because 10 people, I think you make it with your parents downstairs and your in-laws. 2, 4, and 4, 8. You're perfect.
Yeah. No, we're usually more, but
I know, but you can do it if you want. Like restrict the numbers. You'd be
so
perfect. Like we can.
If we want to follow the rule and like really be strict with the 10,
yeah,
I don't know what to get rid of this year.
But you don't need to. Because it's 10 people within 3 families. You can have you guys, your in-laws, and your parents 1 day. So you're within the 10 people. And
no, we're usually 20 because we have uncles and stuff like that.
Well, them, they're going to have to get cut.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How are we going to do it?
Yeah, I mean, I have a problem with that too. I usually host, and we're usually 20 or so, both sides of the family. And
us, we're way too many. Honestly, I didn't even ask. Because I know that it's going to create like the biggest freaking puzzle that nobody will be able to solve. Like we're way too many.
Yeah.
So you're going to cancel?
I don't know what the fuck we're going to do.
You're not going to see anybody during the holiday?
I have no idea, George. I have no idea. I honestly, I don't know. It's like
I don't know either. I'm just wondering.
Like, I don't know.
It might be easier just to ditch everything.
I'm just thinking, my wife is going to figure it out and she's going to tell me. I don't know. I really have no idea. I don't know.
She brings the kids, takes care of everything, shovels the snow. Buys all the gifts for Christmas a month in advance for you. What else?
Just for the record, she doesn't shovel the snow.
You just told us a story at the beginning of this of how she's shoveling the snow.
Yeah, she did it. She took the initiative. Good for her, man. I'm proud.
George takes care of the calendar and the math. That's what he does.
The 700 divided by 7.
And then what day it is? She's like,
don't ever get into a custody battle, George.
How many kids do we have? Oh my God.
What are their birthdays?
Oh man.
Yeah.
No, but you guys are right though. It's gonna be a weird one. Even at work, like they brought up the tree. Everything is weird. Like we're talking about what are we gonna send our clients? We can't go see them. Like you're gonna send them like like a digital card, like generic. I don't know. It is a weird one.
How does it normally work, man?
Well, you could take somebody out a lunch, shake your hand, like, hug them, whatever it is.
Yeah.
We're losing that human touch, and it's a weird one.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, look, it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's 1 year. Okay, we're gonna make a sacrifice.
It's not the end of the world, but it's weird. It's definitely weird.
It sucks to live it. We're obviously we're gonna recover from it. It's just it sucks to be living it. That's what it is. It's strange.
I just think that a lot of people are freaking out for nothing. You have all these conspiracy theories. They're like, last week there was like, I can't remember, like a group of people just dancing outside. Like there were like 40, 50 people, no masks, nothing. It's like, what are you trying to prove? Like how much has has it changed your life completely to be told, wear a mask? Or like, is it that tragic, man? Honestly, is it that tragic? Like, just do it. We all understand the situation. What the fuck is the problem? I don't get it. You know what I mean? I don't get it. And there's so many imbeciles out there. So many. It's like, okay, look, we're all going through this. Just fucking do it. Like, what's the problem? I don't understand people.
It's not a big price to pay.
I don't understand people. And again, we're saying this off air, but nothing makes sense either. It's like you have restaurants that are closed, but you go to the mall and there's thousands of people. Like go to Carrefour this weekend, check out what's happening there. You know what I mean? How is that not dangerous? You know what I mean?
Well, that's it. That's what they're reacting to, man. Sometimes they're reacting to the hypocrisy and they're reacting to the infringement of their privacy.
Yeah, I'd like to see them try to make massive decisions for millions of people and make everybody happy. Good luck.
You can't. See, that's what we're saying. It's almost impossible.
They're just trying to create the least amount of exposure and making choices.
Chris was criticizing the government before we went on air. It's like, okay, I get it. It's like a lot of improvisation, but at the same time, it's like, the hell are we expecting from them? Nobody knows what the hell is going on.
Let me make that clear. I believe that you cannot criticize one leader. Right? It's like, it's not Trudeau that has all the answers. It's not Trump or Biden that have all the answers. It's not Legault that has all the answers, right? You cannot blame them for a pandemic, or you cannot blame them for not taking care of the situation properly because no one has the answer. But because of their position, it's the default position is you're responsible. So all I'm saying is that, yeah, we do criticize, but at the same time, what else can they do? They're doing the best they can. It sounds a little bit idiotic sometimes when you see that it's improvised. That's all. It changes
and the thing is that it's very obvious too. It's not like, oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense, let's trust our government. It's like, it's like, dude, that makes no sense. Makes no sense. It's like, okay, we're allowed for Christmas, but we're not allowed for New Year's, okay?
and that's so you have crazies out there not wearing a mask and just wanting
it makes sense on one level. The less exposure. If you put the second holiday, it's more exposure. If you open everything, it's more exposure. That's all it is.
Yeah, you have the New Year's parties and all that, but I mean, you can ban the New Year's party, like receptions or whatever, and you can do like family gatherings or But even then, like, what are you gonna say? We're allowing you to have the New Year's gathering, but not more than 10 people. Who the hell is going to respect that?
But you guys, on a personal level, doesn't that bother you though? A government telling you what to do, who you can see, who you can have over your house, where you're going to do, ban, you cannot have Christmas, you could have Christmas.
What bothers me, look, there's two ways that you can see it.
It doesn't bother me until I feel it's a hoax just to seize power.
No, I'm not talking about
but
hoax.
But it's not a hoax. But it's not.
I'm not talking about a hoax. I'm talking about
until I feel that it's a hoax, it won't bother me unless it turns to that.
What bothers me is the added authority that the government has just taken upon itself, giving the police officers like that. That bothers me, right? Because at some point you're questioning, is it going to go back to what it was, or is this going to become the new normal now? Like the cops are going to be able to just walk into your house on a suspicion of something happening, right? That I have an issue with,
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
But the government making sure that this virus doesn't propagate further. And it sucks, but guys, look, we're on lockdown. We got to close the big cities, or we got to close the big shopping center, or whatever. That I understand, because you're doing what you have to do, because you're taking care of 8 million people. So you're the person everyone's looking at right now. But me, it's the issue that I have is on the side of the authority. Giving you extra powers just because well, we need to make sure, us, the government, we need to make sure that you're following the rules. Go fuck yourself. I mean, I don't I don't need a babysitter. But maybe some people.
No, but look, man, it's really because the higher. It's just about people dying. It's people that die.
Of course, man. Of course, and that's why I understand the strict measures. I don't.
I heard about it last week. A guy I know, his father died from this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, every so often you hear about it, and it's no bullshit. And when you hear the guy, how sad he is about it, I mean, it's no bullshit. Man.
Of course not.
That's the reason they're it's on the fly. They're trying to figure out things, and they're trying to find ways to slow it down.
But still, man, there's a lot of things that just don't make sense to me, because this happened, let's say, early in the year, because we knew that this virus existed around this time in 2019, right? Like around this time, November, December, news was starting to come out of China. So we were kind of aware that there was a pandemic over there. Obviously, everybody ignored it. And then we started getting really serious about it in March, April of this year. So, you understand the magnitude of this pandemic. I can understand that the government is thinking, okay, we need to resolve this situation. But wouldn't you think that some expert in the entourage of, the government would come out and say, guys, look, it's important to make sure that we take care of our people now. But at the same time, it's important to start planning about the post-pandemic. How do we vaccinate? Let's put a contingency plan. Do we have what it takes, equipment, all that, like facilities? Because you're looking at the news coming out of Ottawa, and Justin Trudeau is saying that, we have reserved, I don't know how many million doses of the vaccine, but you don't have the facilities to produce it. Your provinces don't have the equipment to keep it at a frozen temperature, whatever the temperature is. So like, you're still very much behind. So what if tomorrow, by the end of December, the vaccine is actually 99.9% efficient, right? And it's ready for distribution. What the fuck are you gonna do?
Waves.
Yeah, you ordered them, you reserved them, but you can't put them anywhere. You have no facilities to produce them. So what the fuck? Where are we? I mean, 9 months, 10 months later, what the hell have you guys been planning?
It'll be done in waves.
No, it's just that I mean, there must have been someone there that said, guys, what are we doing if there's a vaccine tomorrow? Should we not be planning maybe in the future? Let's have two teams. One team to take care of now urgently what we need to be doing, how do we take care of our people, and one team to put in place the strategy for afterwards. Like it just feels like everything is just made up on the spot, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But that's
I'm sure they're talking about what you're saying.
No, because in the press conferences, even today, when Justin Trudeau gave the press conference, I mean, he's just regurgitating the line that, we've reserved enough vaccines to take care of the entire population. That's fine. But we know that, it's not Pfizer that's going to fucking deliver them to you. They're going to give you the rights to produce them. You need to manufacture them here. And you don't have the facilities. He said that. Not me. He said, we don't have the facilities for that. So what are we doing? So what are we going to do?
Subcontract.
Complicated topic, man.
Like, what do we do? Okay, you don't have the facilities. Should we not have the facilities? A whole fucking country like Canada. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of people that are anti-vaccine. So even if the vaccine is available,
well, that's the whole other issue. Yeah,
they're going to choose not to get vaccinated, and that's another issue with. Before I said infringement of privacy. It's also infringement of freedom.
Yeah,
and a lot of look. It's one thing to say here. We have a vaccine, and it's another thing to say, you know what, we have a vaccine and everyone must get vaccinated. Or if an airline tomorrow says, in order to board my plane, I need proof that you got vaccinated. So I just don't want things to get there. I'm not anti-vaccine. I'm just saying, obviously they should exist, and obviously there's people that know what they're doing. Obviously there's people making money from it, and they should. Like I'm not against that. If you know, people are gonna make money off that. That's not a secret.
And it's normal. I mean, people.
But
It's also nothing new, man. I mean, don't you guys remember getting the meningitis shot in high school?
yeah. There's vaccines have been forever. Like every kid gets
Mandatory vaccines, I'm saying.
yeah.
And again, meningitis, people were dropping dead. I mean, my cousin's wife died from it. She was in her early 30s.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's like the mandatory thing. See, it's like now you're stepping a line, though.
Well, I think by under the law, at least here in Canada, they can't force you to take the medication.
They can.
No, they can't.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
I don't think so, man. I think by
there's
law,
a clause in our Charter of Rights, man. If the government sees that there's a reason, and it's in the event of a pandemic of this or that,
but that cannot be in your Charter of Rights, because your rights would be nobody can force you to take one.
I said there's a clause.
I don't know. First time I hear that.
You get the rights that are suspended. Yeah.
Maybe you're right.
Legault had referenced it.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I'll look into that. It's interesting because I knew that when it comes to medication, they can't force you to take any medication if you don't want to.
Bro, if they force you to take the meningitis shot, you didn't have a choice.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe
it's not a new thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't make it okay,
that decides what gets listed there.
And don't forget, it's a different issue. It's a different issue when it's vaccines for kids, because parents obviously they're in a different kind of mindset. And when somebody says you need to vaccinate your kid, the parent is not going to think, okay, what are my possibilities? What are my options? It's like, okay, I need to do what's best for my kid, so I'll listen.
Yeah.
When it's an adult, it's a different story. You know, an adult wants to have his options, wants to have the freedom of choice. And he's able to analyze things differently and take his time. So I'm not, it depends. It depends. Look, I've gone back.
Because you see what Chris is saying, just to get back to the business aspect of it, is like, where do you draw the line? Okay, on a personal level, you don't want to take it, and maybe that's your choice, and that's fine. But like the example of the airline,
it's like,
they're going to be like, no, look, we impose it. If you don't want to take it, that's fine, but you're not going to fly in our plane.
Yeah, exactly. And then corporations might be like, hey, you know what? In order to come back to work, show me proof that you got vaccinated. So now what happens is now you're stripped of all rights. And a lot of the people that are reacting to this they're reacting to that. They're kind of foreseeing what's going to happen in the future. And you might call it idiotic, whatever, but it's they're foreseeing something that they don't want to see. And it takes a couple of moves like that, and then you set a precedence, and then you can't take it back. Like George said, it's like once you get there, like, are you going to go back to normal, or is it, now we have a new right, Yeah.
I just hope, at least I want to believe that in 3 years from now, let's say, or in 2 years from now, we won't even be talking about this. It's going to be old.
Yeah, maybe COVID-19 is going to be like another SARS.
Well, it's a bit
or H1N1, swine flu. It's going to be back. There's a lot of COVID. COVID-19 is not the only COVID.
No, yeah, I know.
It's not the only COVID virus.
No, yeah, I know.
And things are going to change, I'm in the ventilation industry, and there's a lot of things changing. There's like the codes are going to be updated. There's going to be new standards, new ways. People are going to have to change their ventilation, their filtration systems. All this is going to be revised. It's just, again, it's a different thing to propose and recommend. It's a different thing to insist, to impose, and to obligate,
Yeah.
And that's where the fine line between a democracy and a government that's more totalitarian, more tyrannical.
Because George, think about it as a parent now, okay? There's an outbreak like this, okay? Your kid is in school. You don't want your kid exposed by some kid who has retarded, stupid fucking parents. They're like, no, my kid isn't getting the vaccine. They send that kid to school and it affects the whole classroom. Like, I want to be sure that my kid is in school and that school needs to guarantee my kid's safety. So I don't have an issue with schools imposing whatever vaccine. Now, on a personal side, from the parents, I mean, look, dude, there's how many hundreds of kids at that school? Why would we take a risk, even as an institution? Why would we take a risk of having one student or two whose parents are anti-vacciners or whatever the hell they're called, and put the other kids at risk? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Alex knows. Is there a plan for the schools, or they're just going to go? They're waiting for the government to tell them what to do.
No idea. I'm just saying, waiting for the government to tell you what to do already is a bad idea.
Yeah, but see, that's what bothers me. It's like, how come the schools, for example, don't have a plan? Like, shouldn't they say, okay, hypothetically, tomorrow we have the vaccine. What's our plan? You know what I mean? What are we doing? Is it is it a forced vaccination? Do we take a whole week and vaccine at least the kids? Forget about the parents. At least the kids that are coming into our school. I don't know, man. Like Chris is right.
It's because everything it's almost predicated on the unknown. There's a lot of unknown, and it's always dangerous, and it's always more confusing when the science is split. And now we're tending to see this a lot. Science is split, and so you can have a bunch of scientists say one thing and a bunch of scientists saying another thing. So how do you make a decision? Usually what you want to do is you make a decision. You want to trust the scientists. All right. Well, so what do you do when there's two sides now? What do you choose? You go with what? You go
but there's more than two.
Yeah. There you go. But what do you go with? You go with science. You go with morality. You go with ethics. You go with a little bit of both. You know what? You don't know.
Like look at just Canada, for example. Okay, you have 10 provinces and territories. All right. Each province has a different policy. Each province has a different approach, and that's obviously because the health jurisdiction falls at the provincial level of government. So every province is doing their own thing. So, I mean, what is Justin Trudeau's chief health director doing? What is her job? Like, she has no jurisdiction over the province. She comes out every day. She does her press conference. And the province is doing something completely different. Ontario is doing something different from Quebec. Alberta has been doing something different than the other ones. Like, you know, you have cases now exploding in the prairie. So Alberta, Manitoba, they're exploding. Obviously,
they are
than the other ones. It's like nobody's on the same page.
Because no one knows. No one's really sure.
Yeah, no. But what I'm saying is that it's not even split two ways. It's like many opinions.
Yeah.
It's like depending on the health official that you speak to, there's a different philosophy, a different approach.
Yeah, and that's why you should always protect freedom of speech, because there's different ideas.
Yeah, but what does the freedom of speech have to do with this? Like, we're talking about, this is science here. Like, it should be, you know, white or black.
We're not talking about what it should be. We're talking about
like, there shouldn't be gray zones, man. It's like, look, this is what the science says. This is what we're doing. Period. You know.
No, but that's what I'm saying. When the science is split, you don't have the to-go person, right? When the science is split, because now you're confused. So confused people do nothing. So what I'm saying is that if somebody has an idea that's contrarian to science, and if you have science split, right, all these people need a platform to say what they need to say.
Yeah.
So how are you going to censor who?
But nobody's being censored.
Well, a lot of people are being censored. A lot of people come with different opinions on certain things, and just because it doesn't fit the narrative or it's not with the government position, they get censored.
Yeah.
And on a lot of topics, like obviously we're talking about vaccines now, and we can talk about other topics, but there is that. And I'm always going back to the crazy people you're saying that are outside. A lot of these people, is what their concerns are is freedom of speech, freedom, rights. It's a lot of that. Because don't forget, there's people that rely on the government a lot, and they want more government. They want to give decisions more to the government. And there's people that want limited government, meaning they want less government. Yeah. They don't want the government in their everyday issues. They don't want the government in the homes. And that's always going to be a battle, because what do you want?
Yeah, but at the same time, for a topic like this, it's almost inevitable for the government to take center stage. Like, it's like you're relying on the government so much. It's like, okay,
but is that always a good idea? Is the government the most equipped in knowledge and the experts to lead something like this?
Maybe not. But you know, this is like a national crisis to the point where they can't really say, look, guys, we're just the government. We don't know. I mean, go talk to your family doctor and do what you wish. You can't do that.
Well, of course you can.
Not really.
Of course you can. Especially when you realize that your government is improvising and is making things up as they go. Their guess is as good as yours.
Well, now we're seeing this because in the beginning, you know, in March and April, I wasn't that against what they were doing. They were taking this a lot more seriously than they are now. They were looking at facts. They're like, listen, we're closing down this and this and this and this. And like every couple of days, there was another announcement of other industries that had to be closed.
That was also them scrambling, man, because they completely dropped the ball.
No. That was them being responsible and saying, listen, we have to maintain this exposure, and if we get people, for example, in Montreal, nobody's coming into Montreal, nobody's leaving Montreal. Let's contain it. You know what I mean? And of course, it's extreme, right? Because your government is telling you you're not fucking leaving Montreal. It's a big thing. But at the same time, I realize that, okay, we have a government that at least is taking some sort of leadership on this and say, listen, this is the issue. This is the solution that we have. It's backed by our scientists or whatever. We got to do this, and it's going to happen for at least a week or two just so that we can maintain some sort of control. Now it's fucking free-for-all. Like,
I'm saying you're giving them too much credit.
No, I'm not. Because
Yeah, you are.
for me, it made sense. It's like, okay, there's an outbreak. You have A, and then you had B. Outbreak.
I'm not saying it didn't make sense. I'm saying it was the least they could do with the situation.
With the knowledge that they had, right? But
no, the situation they had.
Yeah, I know, but it was also the knowledge. Because you didn't have that much of it, you're like, okay, let's just play it safe. Now they're claiming to have more knowledge, but the decisions they're making isn't really backed by the knowledge they claim to have, right? Like I said before, the malls are open. You have hundreds of people going in there. Meanwhile, the restaurant owners have been fucking suffering. How many restaurants have closed down? Where it was super controlled. Restaurants were super controlled. It was
not only that, it was like, do this, buy the plexiglass, buy disinfectant, do this, do that, reduce staff, 50% capacity, and then, okay, you did all that. Now we got to
close again.
So that's what I mean. That it's all improv, and it's like, you know what? Once people lose trust and figure out that you don't know what you're doing, it's kind of hard to gain the trust back, and that's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way a restaurant that had a capacity of, let's say, 300 people that had to cut it by half, so 150, in an hour is going to have more people walking around or circulating or fucking breathing each other's, I don't know what, than a mall at this time of year. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
And you know, we're talking now, and it's not easy. It's not an easy problem. It's you have to think of a lot of variables. There's a lot of moving parts to this. You have to make sure that people don't die, number one. You got to make sure this doesn't propagate. You got to make sure, obviously, the contagion is at good limits. At the same time, you got to think of an economy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of things. So you're trying to mitigate damages a little bit everywhere. But having the good intention and having the right intention doesn't mean you're getting the good result. And I don't think they don't have the good intentions. I just think that they don't know what they're doing. And it's very possible to have a good intention and fuck up.
For sure. Nobody's questioning their intention. I think they're very it's like sincerely, like they just want to take care of the people and they want to make this end as soon as possible. I think there are some leaders that don't give a fuck. You know, like we're Argentina and other people are like, yeah, who cares? You know what I mean? But no, luckily we have.
It's not that they don't give a fuck. It's that
they haven't given it the importance that other leaders have.
That's right. And it's not that they care less. It's just that some people see the virus here as a level 5 problem. Some people see it as a level 10 problem, which is urgency. And some people see it as a level 2 problem.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make you wrong. It's just where you put the problem. So, you know, it's not like they don't give a fuck. It's just that they don't see it as a problem.
Yeah. I don't know. Look,
it's the same argument with climate change. Some people, it's like, oh my God, you know, we're not going to live to see another 10 years. And there's people that are like, hey man, look, I think we're going to do well. We'll do okay. So it's where you put the problem. And that's why it's a universal problem and everyone's dealing with it a different way. So you know that there's no truth, or at least everyone has a little bit of it.
Yeah.
And that's why we can blame everything on the go, even though, like, you know, or Trudeau or your.
I'm not.
Guys, is it Biden or Trump? Who's running the show? It's Biden.
Okay. I think it's official.
so whatever it is. So Biden. So, you know, I'm not the guy who's gonna say, okay, look, let's blame him for messing it up. No, it's obviously more people behind them, and you cannot. Well, you can give credit if they do miracles, but you cannot also blame them if they mess up. It's more than that. It's people. It's people too, right?
Yeah. It's also about controlling expectations. Like, see, in my mind, I'm seeing these guys give the press conference almost every day, and it's like I feel like they want to say, guys, people are going to die. Please don't judge us. Like we don't have the 100% of the solution. We can't do miracles, and it's just I'm just annoyed at the lines, man. It's just regurgitating the same freaking lines. Okay, okay, you learned them by heart. We know it. What is the fucking solution now? We
There's only one solution, man. You wait for science to come up with the vaccine, and only then can you open it up. And until then, they're just buying time. That's all they're doing.
Absolutely.
Just buying time.
Absolutely. And you know what? Luckily, because a lot of professionals were thinking that the vaccine wasn't going to come for another 2-3 years.
They're not, like to what Chris was saying, they're not trying to figure out what's best. They're just trying to buy time till some scientists figure this out.
Yeah, let's limit the damage as much as possible and see.
Yeah, and at the press conference, like, don't even follow that. You don't need to see that.
I don't see it every day. It's just that
there's a saying that says a wise person has something to say. A fool needs to say something.
Yeah.
The press conference is the fool that needs to say something. You know what I mean?
Not necessarily. I mean,
yeah, necessarily.
You also have the obligation when you're at that level to kind of inform the population, like, where are we today?
But I get it. But you're informing them of what? That's why the media just whenever the media or the government tells you how many deaths and how many cases they had, that means they have nothing else to say.
No, I know, but limited to that. Okay, today's report.
We don't need that. We don't.
Well, some people do. Some people do. I think it's better to have that at least so you can inform your population rather than to have someone come out and say, "Well, we don't really know what we're doing, but we did buy millions of doses and we're ready." Come on, man. What does that mean?
Anyways, look, I'm not. This is maybe my libertarian side talking, but limited government is the way to go. And don't give them, like George said, the bottom George. Don't give the government too much credit, man.
Oh no, not on this for a fact. No, for sure.
For anything.
On this for sure not. But obviously, and this is the other thing that I'm questioning, because it's not something that just happened in like 1 or 2, 3 months, right? And then that you easily forget. It's over. This has taken the entire fucking year. And chances are that by the time everyone gets vaccinated to the point where everyone feels confident enough to reopen the businesses and to go out and not be afraid of the person next to you sneezing or coughing, which was normal, by the way, last year. So until you get there, we may very well see a whole other year go by, right? And
you know what you don't hear? Sorry, I interrupted you, George. Go ahead. No, finish your thought.
All I'm saying is that it has altered also our way of doing things and seeing things to the point where, look, this is normal now. And I fucking hate this. Like, I mean, how much more fun did we have when you guys were coming over? But it came to a point where it's like, yeah, this is normal. Fuck, now come over your house. Fuck it, let's just do a Zoom. It's become like practicality now. It's like, okay, no, there's this going on. My wife, just, okay, let's shop online. Every fucking day, just buying shit. Like, let's go to the store. You know what I mean? No, we'll buy it. And we're just drifting into that kind of thing. We were buying, actually right now, just before we went on, we were buying a kit for one of our nephews. And so she saw it. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. Look, it's available actually at Walmart. We can go pick it up. I'm like, no, fuck it, man. Just deliver it. She's like, it's $5. I'm like, yeah, just deliver it. You think I'm going to go to Walmart? You know what I mean? We're drifting into this weird space where...
I mean, the $5, the gas you're going to spend, the time you're going to spend.
Guys, we're highly adaptive.
I didn't want to go to the store. I'm like, now I'm going to drive to Walmart, fucking park.
We're an adaptive species, man. We'll adapt to anything.
Yeah.
We'll adapt to anything.
All I'm saying is that maybe it's not so good that all these things are happening. I don't know. I mean, we've changed a lot, I find, in the year.
You know what you don't hear about now? Huh?
What?
What's that?
The regular flu. What happened to that?
It's still there. Just this one.
No. I don't hear it. I don't hear anything about it. I don't know anything about the regular flu. What happened to that
anymore?
You don't hear about heart disease. You don't hear about cancer anymore. You don't hear about all these other things, and it's a bad thing. We talk about them, but
I have a question for you guys. Somebody sent me this. It's probably one of those memes or whatever you call them that are circulating. But I found it interesting. I don't have an answer to it. I don't think anybody has an answer to it. But the way it was posed, I think it was a great question. And it went like this. And if you guys can answer, let me know. It said, if the first lockdown worked, why are we having another one?
Yeah.
So maybe it's rhetorical, I guess. And then the second question is, if the first lockdown didn't work, why are we having another one? And you know what? I think it's pretty genius. It's you know what? Because there's no fucking answer.
No,
It's pretty genius. It's pretty genius.
it
Why?
just goes to show that nobody has a fucking clue what's going
You
on.
know, it's like, why?
Okay, yeah, phase one and phase two. So we won phase one, summertime. Everybody was partying outside. Yeah, we beat COVID. Boom. Phase two, you know? Oh, man. Yeah.
So yeah, it's the unknown, and the unknown causes fear, and we're very fear motivated creatures. So that's what this is, man. It's like you know what, we react to fear, and we just don't want to do harm. I think everybody's well intentioned. I think people want to do good, but at the same time, it's like, you know, hopefully next year it's a whole different story and it's behind us.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't want to be the pessimist over here, but I kind of doubt that.
Yeah. You're not being pessimistic. You're being pragmatic.
Next year is going to be dealing
I wish.
with
I
the outcome.
I would love to fucking travel next summer because, you know, we like pretty much a lot of people out there. We had plans this summer.
Us too. Yeah.
Thank God we hadn't booked anything. But you know, at some point you kind of need that, man. You need a vacation. You need to get the fuck out of here.
You know what the good thing is with this? I think people are saving money and they're buying themselves stupid gifts.
Like snowblower.
Mine wasn't so bad.
Yeah, a fucking bed that flips upside down.
Mine was a medical bill.
That's what I think is happening. People are fucking saving money.
It makes you happy. Yeah. It's a medical purchase. It's important for your health and well-being.
Oh man.
So okay. So let's get back to the Christmas gifts. So you guys have. I have a feeling that Chris doesn't even buy them to begin with. Like it's all Alex. Like he doesn't do shit.
No, it's not that. I like it. I like paying attention and trying to get the good. You know, it's a good feeling to nail the good gift. It's a good feeling when you nail the right gift.
I suck at that. I'm horrible at that.
But you know what? With kids, man, it's like, and I think we've spoken about this in a previous podcast, but they have everything. That means that. You know when you have everything,
you know what they don't have? What makes it even harder? They don't have any interests.
No, they have interests, but they have everything. So because there's so many, like this is an economic principle. The more of something that you have and you put in the market, the less valuable it is, right?
Yeah.
So when they have everything, it's like something doesn't really have value because it's another thing added to the many things.
No, it's just you go to the next thing. That's why my house is full of toys. Like you get him a toy, and like in 2 days it's done. It's over. Like,
but that's what that means. It's not valuable. It just accumulates.
No, I suck at this thing. You know, some friends send me a text message. They're like, okay, what do we get the girls? What do they want? I'm like, I don't know. Make sure it's pink and it's cute. Like, it'll do. Like if it's pink and it's cute, it's gonna be fine. That's just my mentality. My wife is different story. It's like details. Okay, no, we're gonna get her this doll, that one. She mentioned it the other day that this is what she wanted. I'm like, well, you're listening. What? No, but seriously, man. I mean,
you don't listen. You won't wake up. Come on.
All I'm saying is that fine. It's like you have everything, man. Like, what do you want?
That's what I'm saying.
It's what Chris is saying.
Yeah, it's like it's not valuable anymore, man.
No,
Like George, you know what your kids want? Like,
yeah,
you have a list and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what they're gonna get?
Yeah.
See, I don't know.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, okay, I'll just go grab a doll and give it to them. Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too disconnected.
Well, now I get them what they ask for.
Yeah, they're a bit older too, I guess. So.
But it's not like you could get them something that they have an interest for, man. Like.
Well, look, man. Think about
one of our friends' son. He plays drums. He's been playing drums since he was like 3.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
It's easy. I could buy that kid a cymbal and he adds a cymbal to his drum set, or I could buy him a cowbell and you know what I mean. I could buy him something that makes his whatever it is that he's interested in more complete, more you know.
Yeah. But it's
Most
a general
kids don't
issue,
have
George.
something like that, man.
But I don't think it's the interest. That's why I disagree with you. I don't think it's the interest. I think it's a contrast issue. Christmas gifts were very important and they meant something when things were scarce and you had nothing the whole year, or maybe a couple of things. You had the things you needed to have, and then the Christmas came along and it was a gift and it meant a lot. In the world of abundance, let's say you buy your kid something every week, right? He wants that, you get him that. He wants that, you get him that. He needs that, you get him that. Like, what value does December 25th have other than unwrapping, right?
Yeah,
I think it's more about unwrapping and the lights and the whole
and
holidays.
there's no element of appreciation either, right? It's like, oh, okay, I got the toy. 24
right.
hours later, it's like, okay, she's
It's sitting.
part of the
It's sitting.
pile.
Yeah, it's sitting with toy
The pile.
143. Yeah, it just became
It's all
toy
about that pile.
144.
When you're part of the pile, you're in this blob that doesn't matter.
Yeah, so maybe we should change it, man. Maybe we gotta
Well, what
focus
we've
on it.
been doing is every time we go through a wave of getting rid of, every time something new has to come in. So we say we have to get rid of stuff before anything new can come in. We start.
You know what?
Yeah.
Like seriously crossed my mind. We were at Toys R Us last week, I think, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Maybe I'll get a video game console. I don't even know where the fuck that came from because I was never even into video games. But yeah, I wasn't like crazy into video games, and like I wasn't a gamer and all that stuff. Like we had one, we had a Nintendo, but it's not like we weren't addicted to it or anything like that. And for some reason, I was like, yeah, now that I can afford it or whatever, what can we get? The new Nintendo? What's the? So I walked to the section where they have the video games.
Should have started with the snowblower.
I don't even know. I don't even know what it's called. I think it was the Nintendo. What's the one where the controller kind of comes off?
The Switch.
The Switch, whatever it is. So I'm like, okay, that display like back in the day, you know, where you can play all these games. So I was like, okay, cool. And so I look at the things and I see Tetris. I'm like, okay, that's easy for Tetris. You know, I mean, I'll be able to figure it out. Guys, I swear to God, I didn't know how the fuck to flip the block. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing.
George,
No idea. No idea.
I know.
Unless the thing wasn't working, but I don't know.
I know you didn't ask for my advice, but can I give you it?
Yeah.
Can I give it to you? Sorry. If you want to avoid divorce, stay away from.
No.
Bro, stay away from these things. At this age,
no,
you had your chance.
Yeah.
If you marry Joanna and the council,
You cannot introduce this into her life now.
That's right. If it came with you, that's different. It's part of the baggage.
Yeah.
You cannot introduce it now. It's
no. And there was no way I was gonna buy one. But I'm not that bad. It's just
I know people who are getting divorced who were introduced from the get go, and it doesn't work. Maybe they still can accept it 8 years, 9 years later. Forget it.
Just that mostly out of curiosity, like because I haven't touched a video game in years. Like I can't remember the last time I played a video game.
And our reflexes only get slower with age too.
And I'm like, okay, what's out there? You know, it was so clueless to the point where that not even minute in front of that Tetris thing, I'm like, no thanks.
No, but you know what it is with the video games at this age, at the age we're at. It's like you don't see a person. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything, but you don't see a person polished, looking good, playing a video game. What video games does is it makes you just stay in your underwear all day, not shave, not comb your hair, pick your nose, not shower, not brushing your teeth, chips from 3 days ago. That's what video games does.
People have confessed to me that they've peed into bottles they were done drinking from, so they don't leave the game.
So it's not about the video game; it's what you become.
Hold on, let me tell you something else you become. I remember somebody was freaking out, bouncing off the wall. It was Friday, couldn't wait, the biggest weekend of his life. What's up, man? I got the new game. I'm only getting off the couch to answer the door when the food comes. The guy was partying like he was gonna go on the vacation of his lifetime.
Is he married? Does he have kids? Probably not.
At the time, no.
Yeah.
At the time, he had an ex-girlfriend, and I think it had something to do with that.
Yeah, obviously, like you already know the answer. It's like there's no fucking way this guy's married and he has kids. No way. Yeah.
And it's a byproduct.
So yeah, man, don't stay away from that, man.
No.
But get another snowblower. Get two
snowblowers.
Get two snowblowers.
Start a side business.
How amazing! I don't know.
Hey, not bad, man. One to use and one to rent.
Yeah, rent to the neighbor. Yeah,
that's right.
We were in Home Depot the other day, and I was just wondering.
Man, you get around, man. Every day you shop.
No, when I went to get the snowblower, and I was thinking. There's some stores that you can literally go there and spend hours, and other stores that you just want to get the fuck out of there, right? I think honestly, if my wife lets me go alone there's some stores that I can literally spend the day in. Like I can, like Costco. I don't know why. I love being in Costco. And if I'm alone in Costco, it's even better. But it's weird because when we go to the family, I'm annoyed. I can't. I'm like, fuck.
When you're alone, you have time
Get the
to
fuck
read
outta here.
everything, compare, take
Dude,
out the calculator, do your math.
No, but I don't know. I don't want to buy anything either. I just go around the store maybe 5 times, just looking at shit. I don't mind it. Same thing with Canadian Tire
Me too.
or Home Depot.
I said it. If I die and there was heaven for me, it would be Costco, Canadian Tire side by side.
Yeah, just like going alone. Like it's like, okay, I'm gonna go to Home Depot, or Canadian Tire or whatever. I can spend hours there. I don't know.
No.
No, eh?
And no, not for me. I'm not saying I don't understand it, but no, it's in and out, man.
No, but whereas if we go to the mall, first of all, I rarely buy shit because I don't even know what I need. And in addition to that, I just don't have the patience to try things on. I can't. Like my wife,
you mean?
eh? Clothes, clothes or whatever it is. I just don't have the patience. Even when we go just for the fuck of it, and we're just walking, and we're like, okay, let's go check out this store, whatever. And I'm like, oh look, this is it's a nice shirt. My wife's like, yeah, try it on. I'm like, nah, yeah.
Just because you have to try, you're not gonna
go through the trouble now of trying shit now. Fuck it, I don't really need it. I'm like, I don't need it anymore. I don't need it anymore. But no, the malls and the clothing stores and all that. I know exactly what I want. I'm going in, getting it, and leaving. Like it has to be fast. Like a 10, 15-minute thing. You know what I mean?
Okay. It has to be fast, and I can't be hungry.
and you gotta plan it so that you're not stuck in traffic while you're hungry. and you didn't find what you were looking for.
Oh man, forget it.
I can live with that. I mean, I can't go to the grocery store hungry. I buy everything.
Yeah.
Another thing. I've had times where my wife's like, "Look, go there. We need like, I don't know, cheese and eggs. Cheese and eggs. You walk in, grab eggs, cheese, and come back, and it's like an hour later, full shopping thing, like a whole cart."
The best is an hour later, and then no cheese and no eggs.
But everything else, 2 bags of milk because it goes fast, right? Yeah. Oh my god, man.
I don't get a thrill. I don't get a thrill from shopping. That's why I don't buy things, or I don't buy myself things. I don't get a thrill either. I don't get a thrill either.
I like certain stores just walking and staring. I don't buy. Like Canadian Tire, I can go around and just look at shit. I don't have this urge to buy things. It's just I like being there and just looking. Oh, look what they have. Oh, okay, cool. This is nice. I don't buy.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It is weird, no? Like same thing at Costco. I don't need to buy shit. I can walk in and just spend like an hour going around.
You know what that means? You know what that means, George?
Yeah.
I think it means you need a hobby.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think you need a hobby or 2.
No, look, the reality is that you walk into that store and you want to buy something quick, but you can spend easily an hour doing nothing else. You're going around with your shopping cart. There's like 1 or 2 elements that you had to buy, and that's it. You're just going around for an hour.
I'm like, I'm weird with this stuff, man. Me, it's in and out. And you know what? I've done? Have you ever been to Costco and you've just seen like, what is it called? A cart just sitting there full and doesn't belong to anyone?
Yeah.
That's because I left it there and I left.
That was my cart.
That was my cart. Because
why would you leave?
Because I go in.
It went over the clock, bro. It went over the clock. You had 15 minutes.
No, it was just like, man, out of nowhere. There was like 150 people for the cash. Forget that.
Yeah, but you the Costco.
It's because of the Costco you go to.
Exactly. No,
you're right.
No, that Costco shouldn't even exist.
It's untouchable, that one. It should only be by appointment, though.
Guys, it's all time. It's all the time, every time. Anytime you go there.
It's the only one in the middle, smack in the middle of Montreal. It services like 6 different regions.
Yeah. Well, if you ever saw a cart there standing alone and full, that was mine.
Probably my dad's also.
Guys, I've done that. I'm serious. I've done it. I've left it there.
I don't doubt it. But if you come to the Costco's down here in the South Shore, or the one we used to go to when we were downtown, the one on Bridge right before
that one's
the
good.
Victoria, I never waited in line. Never.
Yeah.
Never.
That's what you enjoy.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a
Well, that's not the same thing.
nice little trip.
So, Chris, how are you gonna buy yourself something if you can't stand shopping?
Online.
No, I'll buy something. Like I got jealous now.
If it's
What
if
can
it's
you get?
something
What do you
exciting,
need? Yeah.
I'm not gonna be happy.
No, I'm gonna keep it boring like you guys.
No, but it's funny how it's
boring and
but we think
practical.
it's exciting. No,
It's something that somebody else might want to use for a practical reason.
like a flip around table.
Well, I feel like George Tadrizo, he bought what he kind of needed and then convinced himself he wanted it. And I feel like you bought something you wanted and convinced yourself you needed.
No, I did need it.
There you go. So I'm just gonna buy something I want.
I did need it, but it was over $400 for the longest time.
I guess I'll go in the middle. 7, 4. George, what's the math, George?
Well, I spent $150. I spent $150.
Oh, you spent more 50. Okay.
Delivered to my door. Max weight is 300.
All the details.
I don't know what I want to spend because I just spent $8,500 on braces for my kid. So I don't know. Like
Fucking just got kicked in the nuts there, man.
$8.5 grand.
Oh man.
And that's why I messed up. When you said I went to spend a lot of money, I'm like, where is he at? You know, like 10K.
No,
I didn't say that. He said that. Yeah.
No, I'm saying he said.
Yeah,
George
yeah,
said
man.
spend a lot of money.
$700 is a lot for me. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, all right. But yeah, man.
Because you know what the worst thing now is, because your son is so active, he's in sports and everything. You're fucking praying that please don't get kicked in the mouth. Those teeth are costing me a lot of money.
Yeah. No, but it's guys, it's expensive. Yeah, it's expensive. Man. I didn't think.
But it always was expensive braces, man. Everyone
not like that, man. It was 1,500, 2,000.
Really?
Yeah. It was never $8.5 grand, man.
This was after your insurance.
Dude, 20 years ago, people made $30,000 a year.
Ask Alex.
That means they bring home 20 grand. Nobody could afford like 10 grand for teeth.
Ask Alex how much her braces cost her when she was in.
Yeah, it was $1,500.
That's it, 1,500.
Yeah.
For the year, because you have to keep going back.
No, for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm sure. Look, there's different procedures, right? There's people that had headgears.
Yeah.
There's people that look like RoboCop. But yeah, man. Anyway, so I don't know what I'll get myself. Maybe
you have to recover before you buy something. Fuck Christmas this year.
and imagine how boring would that? Like, how sad would it be if I go to Gerasimo? I can't get you a gift because I got you braces.
You'll thank me in 20 years.
I got you braces. You know how much Baba paid for the braces? A lot of money. No gift this year.
Try it. Fool him.
Man.
Just fuck around with him. See his reaction.
I thought it was gonna be good for his future TikTok videos.
No, I got him a keyboard that lights up with all the colors. A keyboard and a mouse that lights up. But I got it from
a computer keyboard. You mean?
Yeah, a computer keyboard with a mouse and nice colors and everything. But I got it for him because he did something that I appreciated. He did something. I told him to do something, and he went and he delivered. So I got it to show the appreciation. So now I don't want to get him a gift.
You already have one.
I already got me. What, man? A keyboard, mouse, and braces.
Mouse in November, and braces.
Braces. I think I'm allowed to not get him a gift for the next 20 years.
You're covered at least until his birthday. You're covered.
Absolutely. Tell your wife to explain.
Sorry, what?
Tell your wife to explain it to him because.
I think this is the year for that used gift.
Yeah, recycle one of your old toys there. Go downstairs to your parents and like, okay, what did I have? What can I
no, but we're doing a lot of that, man. Like we're bringing bags of stuff. I think that's the year for that. It's the year for gratitude and the year for giving. We have to give. And I'm going to implement a 12-day. That's what I want to do. A 12-day of like between my birthday, December 14th, and Christmas. I'm going to try and be good. I'm going to try and like give better. Like my idea was to give better tips in restaurants, but none of the restaurants are open.
Done.
But just to do something better, you know.
So what is
like
it?
Whatever in the Christmas spirit, whatever it is.
Yeah.
12 days of like giving, not being selfish.
But what's the point of the 12 days? Why 12?
Whatever, because it's between my birthday and Christmas is 12 days.
Oh, okay.
So it's symbolic. I like it. It sounds nice.
Okay.
There's even a song called "The 12 Days of Christmas."
12 days. Not bad, eh?
It was made for Chris.
Perfect.
And his
Perfect
name is Chris.
And my name is Chris. And my name day's on Christmas. It says, come on, man. No?
The stars are aligned.
Fucking aligned. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do for Christmas.
All right, boys. We're going to end it on that note.
Chris needs some suggestions.
Yeah, if you guys have any topics, again, we're making this interactive. So send us your questions, send us suggestions on things that you want us to talk about. Let us know what you let us know what you're spending money on. Yeah, so thank you all for tuning in, and go follow us on all the platforms. What are you gonna say?
I'll say it after.
All right, guys. Ciao, and we'll see you all in the next episode.
Yay.